Get my light. Ooh, a little bright.
That looks good. As long
My
as it's
eyes.
not in your face, yeah. Part of me wants to do. I know we're live right now. Part of me wants to do a segment on Spotify Wrapped being out, but I don't want to hurt people's feelings. I know some people care about that stuff. I just do
What
not
would
care.
you say?
I would just say I don't care, and I don't need to see
I
it
like
either.
to see mine. I don't really care about other people's that
That's
much.
what I'm saying. Yeah, like yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Which now I guess is in the YouTube forever, but whatever.
Whose feelings were you worried you were gonna hurt?
I don't know. I don't know. Sure, there's someone out there that listens to us that freaking loves Spotify. And I'm
I
sure,
was
like,
I was looking forward to it.
yeah, like if you, I mean, I don't have Spotify, nor do I care about music. So like
No,
it's like a double whammy. And then
no,
like seeing everybody
you
else
don't
is
really
like,
have.
I'm like,
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't understand then. You don't. I don't think your opinion's valid
no, it's probably not. It's
on
probably not valid at all.
Spotify.
No, yeah, it's probably not valid at all. But like, the Apple has
No
like what you listen
Spotify,
to.
no opinion.
Yeah, maybe we should have done it. This kind of sounds like a good conversation. This is a little prelim for the people that are that are Noti gang.
This is a Nerdy Gang special.
Yeah, the like Apple has their own, and like it shows the same shit. It's just not as well formatted or shareable.
I don't know why it's been like 5 years. I don't know why they don't just put it in one like screenshotable image.
Yeah, you gotta like click through it all. It's like yeah, see all of them and stuff. I don't know. You probably because you spend more time on Spotify.
I guess.
All right.
Anyway, I'm ready to go whenever. We hitting on the non NFL stuff at the end.
Yeah, we'll do that at the end. Um, are wise picks in the spreadsheet?
Oh nope.
I uh, I just want to see that record. Oh, the Panthers. The over did not hit right for the Panthers.
Mm, oh, 2 weeks. No.
Okay,
Whoa, no, it didn't.
damn it. All right, we need it this week then. I know I had Broncos -5.5.
Didn't hit.
No, I know that. I know
Didn't
that for
hit.
sure. Well, I mean, I guess I'll look at it Instagram real quick. We'll just type this up and then we can get started. I just like to
Okay,
have it in front of me what we
I can
have.
pull it up too. I hear my laptop screaming at me though as I pull this up.
Right.
Your pass key. We have a pass key?
Do I have to do I didn't see a thing. Is it for the email?
No, it's a QR code that I just. Oh wait, yeah, what?
For Instagram?
No, for Google.
Oh,
So I have to
yeah.
enter our.
Let me know if I need to get on the email because I'm on the Google right now.
That's what was changed 3 months ago. Which iteration of it?
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no clue.
Damn it.
Oh, you snagged the
How
Panthers?
many?
Hell yeah. We really are wise guys.
Mm-hmm.
Did you lose on the Niners or the Denver Washington?
Neither.
Did you go 3-0?
Did go 3-0.
Hell yeah.
This is brutal.
Do you just want it to be on my like you want it to be on my screen and then I could just send you the password after the
I mean,
pod?
it sounds like you're doing it right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's there. It's there.
I just gotta look at the spreadsheet.
We're at 56%, which is good.
Nice.
Yeah. You're above 500 now.
Nice.
I don't how are you still minus money? I guess you're still minus $9 because you're 20 and 19.
Oh. Oh, so the VIG.
Yeah, that's a shame, but hey, we're both
That's
above
fine. I'll
500.
take that.
Yeah, definitely take that. You crawled your way back too.
I
You did
did.
say, I mean,
Never
wait,
wrong.
wait,
Early.
we're wasting stuff. So I was gonna say, you did say that
That's true.
it just takes like 2, 3, weeks, and you'll be good to go. All right. Let's see, we got any comments before we get started? No. All right.
I'll have the YouTube up on my phone this time, just
All
since
right.
that's a
It's
pertinent
a hot debate now.
conversation.
Let's get started in 3, 2, and 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys Podcast. I'm your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
How you guys doing?
Doing pretty well, Chris. We're 21 days from Christmas. Feels like this year has flown by. Um, I don't know. Did last year flow by for you? I mean, you've been working full time for a while now, so is that
A
just
lot,
how it
yeah.
is
The
now?
last 2 years and 7 months have flown by. I
Yeah.
looked at my LinkedIn yesterday for the first time in I don't know how long, and I saw that like little how long you've been there, and I was like, oh, like just yesterday I started working. So
Yeah,
you blink and we'll be 30.
that's
But
true.
I guess that's like
Yep. The yeah, I guess that's what happens when you're working for 8 hours of the day. But um we had a great Thanksgiving slate of games. We had a cut like we had good games throughout the weekend to make this week good. There was a lot of bad games that that we're happily gonna skip. I'm very excited to skip through some of these games. We're finally to the mark. There's 5 games left. Um, the playoff picture is getting a little more clear. There is a lot of bubble teams, a lot of teams that are still in the hunt and are especially in the NFC that those seeds are um, all over the place. But the bad teams are going away and chewing off, and nobody needs to care about them. So we are gonna go through, and we had a successful Wise Picks week. We'll do Thanksgiving first, go through our Wise Picks, and we'll do a little quick on Thanksgiving. I mean, it was a week ago, especially if you're listening to this on Thursday. It was a week ago, so we'll go a little quick on Thanksgiving, um, and then go through our good Wise Picks week, and then we got at the end. I don't know. I like doing this now. At the end, we got Giannis. We got some National Signing Day, specifically Penn State stuff. Yeah. So let's dive right into it, Chris. We'll start chronologically. Packers Lions Thursday Thanksgiving game. The Lions are. I'm betting against them so hard tomorrow.
are you sure you're not trying to jump on the anti-Lions train at the wrong time?
Do you think?
Or you just
I'm just
you're
worried
just
about their
totally out?
defense. I think I'm worried about their defense. Defense was getting shredded.
Yeah. And is Amon-Ra, is he gonna
Yeah,
be out
he's questionable right
too?
now.
Isn't good. It does feel like the season is unraveling quickly.
Yes.
And with how the defense has looked in recent weeks, and they've been banged up all year, and now they're down Laporta for the year. They're down Amon Ra for the time being. It's not a great situation. Um, I mean, when you look at the division, and the Bears are now 2 games up on you, and you just lost to the Packers, who are now a game and a half up on you. I think they're 8-3-1.
Hmm.
Um, Yeah, it's definitely slowly falling apart. They're on the outside looking into the playoff picture now. But I don't know. It's tough for me to fully give up on the Lions. I will say this does support my theory that the Commanders were their Super Bowl.
Yes, it does, and it does with the Dan Quinn offensive game plans. I mean, he hasn't looked great since that game as the offensive coordinator or calling the offensive
Mhm.
plays. And I'm looking at I today. I mean, today probably marks maybe not. I'm sure it's not the first time people have looked at it, but I'm looking. I just opened up Chris NFL postseason probabilities. I'm excited to run through this like we normally do. And the Lions right now. Um, They are sitting at a oh crap, this thing's hard to find. They're looking at a 26% chance to make the playoffs. So it's they probably that I guess that means they probably have to win out. They're pretty darn close to it. They have the Cowboys tomorrow. They got the Rams, they got the Steelers, the Vikings, the Bears. So the Bears will be tough. The other two teams I also don't believe in, and the Rams will be tough, and the Cowboys tomorrow will be tough. But they need to win every game that they can, and the NFC playoff picture. I don't think 11 wins is going to get you. I don't know what it gets you. It might get you a wild card. It might not. I mean, the number one team in the NFC right now and the number seven team in the NFC right now, they both have 9 wins.
That is insane. I mean, I guess it depends on the tiebreaker. Like, I feel like it's a little bit too early to start looking at the tiebreakers.
Hmm.
But yeah, the schedule's not easy. I mean, yeah, Dallas is like one of the hottest teams in football right now.
Yep.
Off that Kansas City game, which we'll get to. So I'm definitely not confident in them going into tomorrow night. I don't know how I would feel. Like, I feel good about them, like, long term, I guess, but it does feel a little bit like they're not going to have a year like last year ever again,
Hmm.
where they were just totally dominant offensively, and that was able to cover up the defensive woes until the playoffs. Like, it feels like if everything doesn't go right on offense, they're going to get exposed. And I feel like that's kind of what happened on Thursday, where the Packers offense that you specifically have been ripping on for weeks now finally woke up and looked like
They looked
the greatest
amazing.
show on turf.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was almost like a, play the lines defense and all of a sudden you're healed type of game.
That is,
Didn't happen for the
say again.
I said throwing strays at the Eagles because that did not happen for them.
It is,
Alas.
yeah. Their offense just or their defense. I mean, they have Brian Branch is questionable. They have the Kirby Joseph questionable, or they're out. Kirby Joseph's out. They have three offensive linemen questionable. They got Amon-Ra St. Brown questionable. They tried to get their center back, Ragnow, and then
Yep.
he had his hamstring was falling off his leg. And if you have to start calling in your center that retired, I don't have faith in your team. That is just kind of like I think that was part of the play calling switch too. Is like if you have to switch play callers and you're supposed to be a good dominant team, that is that's not it's not the signs I want to see.
Nope.
And
No good vibes right now.
no, definitely not. Definitely not any good vibes. Shout out to the Packers. I have been giving them crap. Jordan Love still, I mean, he threw for 4 touchdowns and he threw a couple rockets. He still missed a bunch of his passes, which is I guess he was over 50%, so it wasn't egregious. Um, they it's funny when they have a run game and versus when they don't have a run game. And when they have a run game, they have a fully functional offense where these wide receivers don't have to be the dominant guy. They can pass it around to a lot of different wide receivers, and there's there's not it just reduces the pressure on Jordan Love. So that's going to be important for the playoffs whenever because and they have to make it too technically. So um, it's going to be those two teams are going to be interesting to keep watching throughout the regular season. And this was a good. I mean, it was a good game to start Thanksgiving. A lot of weird like fourth downs. I think the Packers were 2 for 2, and the 3 for 3. Sorry, and the Lions were 0 for 2. Um, it was a weird almost like you said earlier, like the magic is coming off the Stan Campbell thing. Was it Ben
Yeah.
Johnson all along?
It is a fun thought experiment. Like, was there actually a not a power struggle, but were we giving credit to the wrong guy?
Yeah,
Like,
and
I
this
was
was like
always
the
of the
talks during the
thought,
off
like,
season.
right, yeah, which I thought was, I was willing to cast that aside and make the argument that it was the players that were winning the games, not Ben Johnson. But you look at what they've done running the ball in Chicago, and I mean, it's definitely more significant of um, a drop off than I foresaw for sure. But
Couldn't
again,
agree.
like the biggest issues are defensively. Like they're pretty banged up on the O line and now at the skill positions. Where like I still think that it's one of the best offenses in football, and it's like they're not playing team football right now.
Yeah, I can see. I definitely get that. I definitely see that. Just while we're
They've
looking
had
at
it
the,
like they've had an okay year defensively. It's really like we might just be overreacting because it feels like it's just been the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
there is
Defensively, the last week.
there has been a lot of this is a overreaction week, I think. And it seems like there's a lot. I
Yeah.
wanted to get started with the pod saying that. It does seem like there's a lot of people are assuming things that are just going to be like we do have 5 weeks left. Like we're going to see a lot of different variations of some of these teams. And there's a lot of teams that I think people are worried about where they shouldn't be worried about. And I guess the Lions just to me isn't one of them, but I just think they're just going to maybe because I know not know, because of course anything can happen, but I just have a feeling that they're just gonna get pummeled by Dallas tomorrow. And then what happens? Six and like they're seven and
I
six.
don't. Yeah, I don't think the Cowboys are capable of doing that to anybody that's not like the Raiders.
That's fair. That's fair. And
Or
this
I
will
mean,
be
like
like go ahead.
my feeling on the Cowboys almost hasn't changed since like week 3. I do think that there's a team in there that could stay hot and rip off a couple wins and make this division interesting. But I think more of me just thinks that they're the same team that could beat anybody but could also lose to anybody. And they finally pulled off 2 wins in a row. I know it's like, it's the 2 Super Bowl teams that they've just beat back to back, but at the same time, the Chiefs are now 500 a 500 team. Like
Mhm.
at some point, we do have to acknowledge that beating the Chiefs this year is not like
Such a
a
big
statement
accomplishment.
win.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean they've lost 6 games, so um, and then the
that's fair.
Eagles we'll talk about,
They're reeling.
but they they look broken.
Yeah.
So
So are we,
I don't know what to do with Dallas if we're moving on, which I don't, we're kind
yeah,
of
we can talk about
blending
that.
into the second game
No, yeah,
now.
let's do it. Cowboys
I'll give
31,
credit to the
Chiefs
Packers too before moving on.
28. Yeah, 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 quick little
Let's go
credit
with
to the
that.
Packers. Um, Yeah, the Chiefs team, like people are I think this is another I think people think like the Chiefs are gonna be done and like be this gonna be like the Chiefs for this gonna be the Chiefs for like the next 5 years or whatever. I have some bad news to those people who think that because the I know Andy Reid's old. I know that their defense is not like the new hot thing anymore because all the teams just copied it. But once they get a running back, I feel like they're gonna be fine. They just need to draft a running back and that's young and actually fast, and they'll be okay. Like they have good wide receivers. They have, I mean, Travis Kelsey. Who knows if he's here or not? Maybe they have to get a tight end too. They have Patrick frickin' Mahomes, and they have players on the defense that make plays. Um, of course, I know I was saying this like after a loss, but I just feel like the one of the major overreactions I've been hearing over the past 3 days has been like, is this? I mean, is this just it for the Chiefs? It's just done. And it's like maybe this year, but I would be very shocked if this is just the Chiefs version, like this is a version of the Chiefs that we're just gonna get for the rest of.
It's also like this has happened before for really good teams. Like sometimes you have a down year.
Yeah.
Like to be a dynasty, you don't have to make the AFC Championship every single year.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like the NFL, it's wildly unprecedented to go on the type of run that they've gone on. So, like the much more normal thing
Yeah, it's regressing.
to expect is for
Yeah.
them to have at least 1 year where they're down a little bit. And honestly, I would not bet against them making the playoffs this year. Like when I'm not ready to bet against it. Like I'll never bet against it, but I'm not willing to count them out until they are eliminated. You know,
they have a
I
24%
think they've
chance here.
burned. They what?
They have a
24.
24% chance, yeah. I don't like this website. Sorry. Let's see if there's a
Land on tails twice.
huh?
I said if you land on tails back to back, 24% chance.
That's true. Um, let's see. I mean, they have this Texans game is going to be. I mean, every game that they have right now, they're basically in the playoffs now. Every game that they have is a playoff game. They lose one, they're most likely done.
Yes.
I could see them beating the Chargers. I could see them being close with the Broncos because the Broncos just can't ever not play close games. It seems, and I worry about this Texans game. This Texans game on Sunday night, and this and it's because of the Texans defense. There's been a lot of injuries to Mahomes' offensive line so far this year, and they're gonna get after him. Like they're gonna get after him. So but I don't have faith in the Texans offense without Davis Mills back there. So it's a
They're
tricky
competent
situation.
enough that they're almost like a less interesting Broncos.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
agreed.
I feel like the defense is on that level, and then you just don't have the dumb stuff that happens in these Broncos games where, like, Bo Nix throws a touchdown pass when his knee is an inch off the turf, and then a couple drives later, he just throws, like, the worst interception you'll ever see. And, like, neither of those things happen with CJ Stroud, where it's just kinda like ho-hum for 4 quarters, and he just came back, so I won't knock him too much, but based on the body of work from the last year and a half, it's one of the less exciting offenses in football.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but I don't know, like we've seen them look dynamic before. And even when they're not like outside the first couple games of this season, they're competent enough to win against anybody with how well that defense plays.
Oh yeah, definitely. And they've, as you said, like they've been in most of the games that they've played, and I mean, they just beat the Colts, which we'll get to later. Um, but they've had good wins this year as well. So it is that's gonna be a very telling game, I think. And of course it'll be telling for the Chiefs because again, if they get 7 losses, like they're pretty much done. So it is
Yes.
it's gonna be tough for the Chiefs. They, of course, I mean, we haven't talked. I guess we sort of talked about the Cowboys. Um, the Cowboys, I mean, like are they the hottest team in football right now?
It feels like that, but again, like it's been
It's
2
only two
weeks, right?
games. Yeah, it's been 2 games. They've rattled off two in a
Like
row.
I guess when doing NFL analysis, 2 weeks feels like an eternity.
Oh yeah, feels like forever.
So, like, that's why it's tough for me to get fully on board with the Cowboys. I mean, also, like, I don't think I've ever in my life believed that a Cowboys team could win the Super Bowl. I guess okay, they've
I don't
won
think they can
3 in a
win the
row,
Super Bowl.
but one
Yeah,
was
that's
against the
true.
Raiders. I just mean, like,
Yeah,
that's I'm not saying that that would be me. Like, even if I was in on the Cowboys, I wouldn't say that, but that's just, like, programmed in my DNA to, like, never believe.
yeah.
And, I mean, they haven't even made a championship game in our lives, so,
I think
that's
the
probably why.
I think the weirdest thing about the Cowboys is this Cardinals game from a month ago. Exactly a month ago, November 3rd. That one just doesn't make any sense to me. The rest of them, they all make sense. Like the Panthers won. I mean, like we talked about it earlier in the season. I think we've mentioned a couple times. We just mentioned it earlier in this pod. They could beat anybody. They can lose to anybody. But
Yep.
in those games where they can beat anybody and lose to anybody, they always score points. Like for them to score 17 points against the Cardinals is baffling. Um, so
Were
it
they banged
is.
up that night or no? I can't remember.
I don't believe
'Cause I
so.
guess CD was probably out, but he was out a couple weeks.
I'll look at it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an outlier, definitely. But they didn't look very good at well, I say they didn't look very
No, they
good
had they
offensively
had
against the
Lamb
Broncos.
and Pickens and Ferguson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't. And I was just gonna mention they didn't look great against the Broncos, but it's the Broncos. Like
But
all
it's the
right, I can
Broncos.
live with that. Yeah. So I don't know what to do with this Cowboys team. I do think that tomorrow night will be. They're gonna be. I think they're gonna be able to run and pass all over the Lions, and that's what's scary. Like
Total
the Lions are gonna have to
50
keep up.
points.
That's wait, what is it? 54.5?
54.5. I think that's the highest total I've seen this year.
That's a giant total. That is an absolutely monster total. The Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of offense in that game. I'll give you that. And I do like. I think the fool's gold behind this Cowboys team, and maybe fool's gold, maybe not, but the run defense. It's like, oh, the run defense looks great. Ever
Mm,
since they traded for Quentin Williams. Well, the Raiders suck.
like two
The
teams
Eagles
again.
haven't the Eagles haven't been able to run the ball all year, and the Kansas City Chiefs
Yeah.
haven't been able to run the ball in like 4 years. So, is it really that impressive that they have a good run defense against those guys? That's that's what Gibbs will tell us tomorrow night. Gibbs will tell us that 100%.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right,
I don't hate taking the over and just if it wasn't Thursday night, I Thursday nights are just weird.
Thursday
Like I
nights
don't
are
trust
weird. It's
any
gonna
bet.
yeah,
Like
with an over like that too, it's gonna end like 17-10. Something
yeah.
crazy. Um, all right, let's go
Mike in
to
the chat says we should believe the Cowboys can win the division this year.
He
For
was
what it's
telling.
worth.
I asked Mike, our Eagles resident, in the chat right now, um, that the that I was like, give me some Eagles stuff because I don't know what to do with the Eagles, and he is doom and gloom, bro. He is not happy. But we're talking. Hey, he almost got us. We're getting to
One more
the
game.
other dirty birds before we get to the Eagles. We're going to the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, what a treat to hand us on Thanksgiving. Like, what an absolute treat. Like, I wanted the Bengals to win, but like this was just this was great. Um they sucked. They sucked.
That the likely play where
Oh
he
yeah.
fumbled out of the end zone, immediately texted my old roommate who's probably the biggest Ravens fan that I know, and I was like, "You have PTSD on that?" He's like, "Honestly, I didn't even think about it until now because I blocked out that Flowers play from the
Yeah,
AFC
from the AFC
Championship a
Championship.
couple
Yep.
years ago
I
when
mean,
Zay Flowers fumbled out of the back of the end zone."
oh yeah,
But
that's a
that
that's a
was the
great
first thing that like I saw that and I was like, "Damn, same field."
do it again.
Obviously, the stakes are lower, but yeah, I mean, talk about a team that's broken.
Yeah, they I mean, like, I don't know, man. They don't have like they just don't have. I feel like I've been saying this. I've been banging this drum for a while. Like I know Zay Flowers is has good yardage this year so far, but who the hell scares you besides Henry and Lamar Jackson? And if Lamar's going to play like this, he's not going to scare you. And if they don't run the ball with Derrick Henry, then how am I going to get scared by Derrick Henry? I mean, he got 10 rushes this game. He didn't get a single rush, I think, in the second quarter or something like that. It's a baffling team. John Harbaugh was talking. I saw a
Like,
Oh, sorry. Did I cut you off? No? Okay. Oh, we getting delayed again. God dang it. All right. Um, I don't know. Do you want to switch to your phone or I don't know what's going? Yeah. All right. Well, John Harbaugh had this press conference and he's talking about how the the Ravens need to run the football more and like it just wasn't part like the game situation wasn't right to run the football. It's like he was talking like he wasn't the head coach. And It it just that team doesn't make any sense to me. There's no reason. I don't care if they're down. I mean, they were down. They were up 7-3 going into the second quarter. Like, how do you not just run the football the rest of the way? Um, there should be no opportunity where they're not running the football um, all the time. Shout out chat. Ethan, yeah, I am a number one Ravens hater. It's just funny. It's just funny. Maybe you help the funniness. Lamar being hurt, O line being terrible are the two biggest issues with the Ravens. Everything stems off that. Yeah, their guards suck. I'll give you that. Their guards are terrible. Um, and which is funny because like guards normally don't matter too much in the NFL, but I guess when you run up the middle with Derrick Henry, it is it's a big problem. Um, but anyways, I think we have Chris back. What's up, Chris?
oh, wow. Hi.
How's it going?
Going great.
Yeah, I could tell a little bit that it was getting delayed. I didn't want to stop and say anything because I feel like if I stop and say anything, it's just gonna get worse. Um, and then it got
I
worse.
knew it right. I could tell. I like said something and you just didn't like you were silent for like 5 seconds and then moved on. I was like, damn it.
Um,
Don't worry,
I
chat. I'm coming back in on my my computer.
oh, I was reading it. I was reading it for everybody. Ethan's yeah, Mike says guards matter too. Uh, yeah, when you can only run up
Guards.
the middle. Yeah, because I was talking about how the Ravens have terrible offensive guards. They're really bad, and so guard lives matter. I'll give you that, Mike. Especially for these Eagles too. Their guards stink too.
Yeah, was
Um,
Mekhi Becton the missing piece all along?
exactly. He was the guy. Should have gone to the Ravens instead of the Chargers. Clearly. Um, but sorry, now I'm getting distracted by the chat. I'm looking at it too much. Um, Lamar,
The
yeah,
chat
what
was active tonight.
he has been active. Lamar coming off an injury. I mean, he is coming off an injury, but what he played? He didn't he play last week? Yeah, he played versus the Jets,
Yeah, he's played the last
and
couple
yeah,
weeks.
the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks. That's four. That's 4 weeks over there that we're watching Lamar. So I don't know if the injury thing can count anymore. He came back in October.
I don't know. I feel like there's something to be said about just like not having continuity, I guess.
I don't know. Not when you come
Like
back October 30th. This game was on November 27th. What are we doing here? Like maybe he's still hurt, linger wise. But it's funny.
yeah,
I do.
that's what I would chalk it up to.
I don't blame. Like he had a bad game, and part of the blame is on him. But I wouldn't blame it all on him, as you said with the likely Mark Andrews wasn't great for a defense of the Bengals that has been eviscerated by tight ends. That is not the production that you would have wanted. I guess like likely almost got 100 yards, but with Mark Andrews too, you should have been dominating with those guys. And yeah, I don't know what they do. Like Derrick Henry with 11 touches in the total game against the worst defense in the NFL. Like, give me a break. That is coaching. That is they're broken coaching wise. And if they lose in the first round of playoffs and don't make it anywhere, I think Harbaugh should be fired. I'm ready. I think they should can him. I'm I think and Tomlin too. Let's can them too.
I was about to say like they it does feel like they're in similar situations, but like Harbaugh's been to multiple AFC Championship games, right? And like he's been to one as recently as 2 years ago, whereas Tomlin hasn't won a playoff game since like
Yes.
2016.
Yes, that is
I
true.
don't know, like I'm not obviously I'm not a Ravens fan, and I am not as dialed into the team as I would be to my own team. So like I don't know how big of an impact Harbaugh is having on the game week to week. It just feels like every year there is dumb things that happen, and there's always issues with the play calling in their biggest games. So I don't know. Maybe it is time for just a change of scenery, but like I don't think that guy's getting into a job right away. Then I think you're crazy. So I don't know.
Oh, yeah, he
It's tough
would.
with those guys that have been around forever. When like he's, I'm not gonna say he can't get over the hump because he has a Super Bowl, but it's been 13 years now. So I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't.
I just think when you have Lamar
That's not a great
Jackson and then you
take, but
have that and then you have Derrick Henry you coming by. I think it was a good take. I know I mean it's hard with this shit. It's hard with this shit. Um, but when you have Derrick Henry, you have Lamar Jackson and you go to one AFC championship with them, it's and like that one, like they could have won it. And the fumble, as you said, by Zay Flowers, like they had the play. That's a touchdown right there. They have the opportunity and it completely flips the game. And Ethan's talking about the O line is injured.
Mhm.
Hasn't practiced 100% all year, which I guess all right, I'll give you that. But there needs to be a change of message at some point because it's not like they're going to like they're making it the divisional round every year. Like congratulations. There's no banners for it. There's no rings. Um, and at the end of the day, nobody cares. So it's like they need to change the scenery. That's my mentality of it. I know Ethan agrees with me too. He wanted McDonald, Mike
Yeah.
McDonald. Yeah, he wanted him. So I know he agrees with me.
Has it?
Um,
I'm sure it has, but is there an example of a coach getting shooed out the door and having somebody under him take over.
I don't think that ever happens. Gerard
I
Mayo,
feel like it's rare, but yes, that would be
that's an
yeah,
example. It's
that
not
is
a
an
good one.
example. Did not go well.
Did not go well at all. Um, and I don't. I think I will get to actually. I'm gonna can Gerard Mayo. He's gonna be brought back up later, surprisingly, in the year of 2025. Um,
Okay,
but
interesting.
I do want to comment on Ethan's comment saying that Harbaugh will be coaching the Tennessee Titans. That's exactly what I thought of when you said that a team would go pick him up immediately. I wanted to stop you and say, well, the Titans, I mean, they give him a call instantly,
Yeah,
right?
but I don't I don't know if Harbaugh would take the Titans job. Like I feel like he's a respectable enough guy that like he's not just going to take any job.
What if
You
Atlanta
know,
gives him a call? I feel like
I'd
Atlanta
take
could.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good job for him. That all right. That's like a now.
That owner is kind of involved though. I don't know.
Yes, yeah, that's true. Um, Ethan's yeah, he says in the comments, McDonald was the right guy, wrong time. Um, but yeah,
Shame. So
it's
was
a
every coach on the 2012 Redskins.
that is true. That is very true. I will say it is a shame to see. It's not really a shame, but I do like seeing these Ravens uniforms. And them losing in them is not a. I'm sure it's not very fun for Baltimore fans out there because these Ravens uniforms are
I
fantastic.
thought that they were better on Instagram than they were like in or than they are in real life. The
Oh, you think
helmet is a
so?
cool like they're fine. I don't dislike them. I just don't think they're any better than the normal uniforms. Like they should be wearing black on
Yeah, they never
at
lose
night
when they wear
games.
black, especially in a divisional
No,
game at
no.
night. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not losing in black. That's true. Is it too candy for the Ravens?
It might be. I that logo is a good like look at this helmet that I just designed, and then everybody on social media is like, oh, why don't they wear this one? And then when you see
Yeah,
it, it's like, no, it's really no better than their normal helmet. The bird is scary, the normal bird. I'm not really scared of this bird. It's too little.
good take. It's a good take. I like
Thanks.
I'm a sucker for a gold face mask though, a colored face mask. Like I'm a sucker
That's
for it.
fair.
So
That's fair.
I wonder. They couldn't. That wouldn't look good with the all black. I do agree with. Their all blacks are always
No,
like
I
they're
don't think
always a
so.
classic. So there's no reason not to. I guess. Um. All right. That was Thanksgiving. Now time for the Eagles and the Bears. The Bears just cranked on the Eagles. I mean that shit wasn't even close. Um. They ran all over them. They had Kyle Monangai for 130 yards. They had DeAndre Swift for 125 yards. Um. 40 carries in between them. And I mean, that's some football right there, baby. That is what I love to see. Just give me two guys, 40 carries. You're about to fall, Chris. And he fell.
Oh, I I have the YouTube pulled up so I can see us on my for some reason, whenever I get on my phone, my Discord freezes.
Okay.
So like I can still hear you normally and we're not delayed,
Oh, but
but
you can't
my
see.
camera, I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna fall again.
No,
I tried to
I don't
move
know.
it because every time I type, you can see my hand, and I don't like it. I I just saw it live on the YouTube. My
You're
camera
like, ah.
slowly falling down. Anyway,
um,
Eagles, or
Eagles.
just blue balling the Eagles talk.
We are just blue blowing the Eagles talk. Let's talk about the Bears. The Bears, they they really like if you can have Ben Johnson run this offense like Jared Goff is there, but you have the abilities of Caleb Williams, that's the perfect marriage right there, right? I mean, when going gets tough, Caleb Williams can run out of the pocket and make some what is that off scheduled plays, and then when things are going right, you just have him play like Jared Goff, and he can really control this offense. I know his completion percentage all year hasn't been fantastic. Even this game he had only 154 yards, but he's the leader of that offense, and he makes the plays when he needs to, and has just doing everything that it seems that Ben Johnson has wanted him to be doing, and really they have been doing that since the Cowboys game. I mean, ever since then, it seems like Caleb Williams is kind of locked in. Besides the Ravens game, that was a weird game. Um, but Caleb Williams is locked into doing exactly what Ben Johnson wants him to do. not too much more, and only does more exactly when he needs to. So I love the people bitching about the Bears, and it's funny because they're the same team as they're the NFC Patriots. I love that they are getting flack for being the 1 seed, and welcome to the new like, this is what people wanted, right? This is gonna be the new NFL. We're gonna have the 2024 quarterbacks be good. Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, and my guy Drake May. Like, those guys are supposed to be running the league. Like, that's the whole point of a draft and what these things are supposed to be doing. So you better get used to it, people, because I think the Bears they have the momentum. I want them to beat the Packers this weekend, and I hope they get the first round bye because people are going to be pissed. They're going to be livid.
I don't think they're that good.
They're probably not. They're probably not. But they're beating teams. They're beating really good teams
I'm
or teams or really good rosters that we thought at least.
Yeah, so here's the dilemma that I have mentally is that this whole time we've talked about the Bears every week and just kind of giving them like a pat on the back, like they're winning games, but it's against bad teams. Uh, and this was like their first real test, right?
Yeah.
But now, after seeing a couple weeks of these Eagles, I want to say, well, it doesn't count because now the Eagles suck too. And I know that that's just like moving the goalpost, and you can't say that it's a test and then like discount their win because now we think that the Eagles stink. Oh, I just fell again. Sorry.
That's okay.
Um, so I don't know what to do with them. I don't think that Caleb is very good, to be honest. And like Ben Johnson even said something in his presser this week about how like they still need to fix the passing game, and um, I feel like that is going to be what gets them exposed either down the stretch here or in the playoffs or both. That they're not going to be able to run the ball like this on everybody.
Mhm.
I don't think that their defense is anything special. I think it's competent. Um, they could go in and beat Green Bay, and all of a sudden, like I would take all of this back. Like Caleb certainly has the ability to prove me wrong. Uh, Same with their defense. Like if they hold the Packers to under 20 points, then like I will certainly give them their flowers. But right now, like I feel like I'm not in on this team. I'm very hesitant to
Which
get
is
in on the Bears.
which is not like that's not a wrong take. That's not surprising. I think that's pretty like general consensus. And I think that's like even, we both listen to Part of My Take. Even Big Cat is not he's excited and he's happy that they're winning, but he's not thinking that they're gonna win the Super Bowl or anything. And I don't think they're gonna win the Super Bowl or anything like that.
Mhm,
But I do I do think that they have exactly what they've wanted for a long time, and that is competency at the quarterback position, and they have a run game, and they have a cool offensive scheme. They have a nice head coach, takes off his shirt and screams, and they're getting the job done, which is always a scary thing with football. It's like when you just get the job done and then you're not dominating teams, it always rears its ugly head at some point because at some point you're not gonna be able to run the ball 40 times for almost 200 yards or for 200 yards, and you're not gonna be able to like when that happens, that's where we're gonna see either Caleb Williams step up or him crumble. And
mhm.
that's when the focus is gonna go on from this fun offense, from this Ben Johnson system to Caleb Williams as a player. How do we, how do we view him going with the rest of the guys that I just mentioned in the future of the NFL and number one pick? This is where like there's gonna be moments, and I maybe even next week against Green Bay, where he's gonna have to go head to head with Green Bay, who's been dominating that division or not dominating division, but always been a competitive team and always given the Bears a bunch of shit. So it's funny. It's like this isn't like they had, as you said with the Eagles, like this is a good roster, but they're crumbling and they're reeling. And this Packers game, it's like, all right, are you going to get made fun of by the Packers fans or not? We'll find out.
I have I don't know if I want to call it a take or not. It's more just it's kind of a question, kind of a take. Is, or I'll phrase it this way. Going into the season, we were talking about how great Ben Johnson is because, of what he's done for the Lions offense, the Jared Goff, and the thought was he'd be able to fix Caleb Williams after a rookie season that was very underwhelming.
Hmm.
Is he in the process of fixing Caleb Williams, or is he protecting him and
I,
covering up the flaws that he has?
I think he's
With
protecting him.
the That's kind of where I lean.
And
Like I think
go ahead.
it's hard because Jared Goff is definitely a better quarterback than he was when he first signed in Detroit.
Mhm.
And I think you can definitely give Ben Johnson a lot of credit for that. You can also give the GM credit for that, for putting together that line and that offense that they have. And obviously, you give Jared Goff credit for, you know, improving his game. But I don't know how much Caleb has improved this year.
Well, I will say protecting him is also improving him, correct?
Right, but that's what I'm saying is, yeah, like it's probably an impossible question to answer
Yeah.
because the situation is so different. And like they massively upgraded the O line, and they're the best, what seems like the best running team in football right now. So
Well,
like all of those things are making it way easier on Caleb Williams.
and how does Kevin O'Connor and the Vikings, I mean, I guess bad week, especially a bad year season so far to explain this, but with Sam Darnold last year, Sam Darnold on the Seahawks this year, how do you make them how do they improve is that you protect them through good defenses, through scheduled throws, through having weapons for them to use. And I think it is an impossible question to ask because I think they're almost the same thing. I think protecting them and having them improve and grow are very similar things. And I also think that their improvement of the offensive line, especially, I mean, hey, we're bringing up guards again. Guards matter. Um, that's the reason why they can pound the rock on the Eagles. That's the reason why they're Caleb Williams can step up in the pocket. And Darnell Wright, who they took out of Tennessee 2 years ago, big left tackle. He's finally grown into his own. You know, it doesn't happen instantly, and he's their line is pretty solid. So you know, I do think that he's improved. I think that it's funny that their best game of the season so far, he had such a low total of yardage and completions. So and like a bad passer rating because like he's had 280-yard games this season. He's had um almost 300 against the Cowboys, which I guess it's the Cowboys. Um, but he's had 3 touchdown games twice. Um, he's had a good season, and I just think that's kind of more of where the NFL is right now, where there's not a lot of like there's gonna be there's always gonna be a guy that's above or multiple guys that are above the rest. But when you have a team that's that needs to be good and has the scheme like that. You're just trying to protect the quarterback from turning over the ball, and they've done a fantastic job of doing that so far this season.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And like I don't want to come off like I'm a Caleb hater. I like maybe I'm sure I have some internal biases just because of the draft class and what's happened between our two teams the last 2 years. So I won't spend any more time ripping on him for them having a good season so far. But I wanted to have the conversation.
Yeah, as we and I'm glad we had that. I think that was a good conversation about. I think Bears fans would respect that conversation, and
Maybe, yeah,
I think
not
they
the Twitter
would.
ones, not the
Maybe
Twitter
not the Twitter ones.
ones.
The Twitter ones maybe not. The before because I just want to keep edging the Eagles here. What were you talking in the comments about? I just saw you replying a couple times. What do we
Oh,
got going on in there?
sport entertainment show was said something about the Bears Super Bowl chances, and then it looks like he looked it up and they had their odds at plus 3,000,
Oof,
which, yeah,
that's not great.
places them among the middle tier contenders.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense to me.
my point was that Vegas will not consider your record whatsoever. So I would use that as an argument in my favor.
Shane is I see he's already bringing up the Eagles. We'll move to them now. We have two angry Eagles fans. Well, one I think one sad and one clearly angry Eagles fan in the comments over here. And
Eagles big poop.
big poop Eagles. They look, they're not a bad football team. They have
Yeah.
problems that can be fixed. And Mike, shout out Mike again, was texting me today when I asked him about the Eagles. He was talking about how the 2023 Eagles went 10-1 and then they ended 11-6 and the Cowboys won the
Mhm.
division. And he's afraid that that's the same thing that's going to happen this year. And they face the
I don't know how you
Chargers.
couldn't be afraid of that.
No, I guess yeah, the PTSD of that is probably too
Why
crazy.
the Cowboys just beat you and are
Yeah.
trending in the opposite direction?
Yes. Um that being said, are we like they face it like he also mentioned that if when they face the Chargers on Monday Night Football, if it's Trey Lance, it would be the same sack scenario as when they face the Seahawks on Monday Night Football
The Drew
against
Lock.
Drew Lock. And I I don't I don't see it. I don't see it. They got the Chargers next, and then they have the Commanders twice. I mean, no offense, Chris, but that's 2 wins. Um, I mean, that's 2 wins last year.
Did you watch Sunday night?
I did. Yes, I watched Sunday night. It we'll get to Sunday night, but that
Jaden's
is
coming back too. They're getting healthy.
you didn't beat him with Jaden last year. You had a better team.
We beat them once.
Yeah, when they had Kenny Pickett playing.
They still beat them. They basically
And
have Kenny
and
Pickett out there
honestly,
right now.
honestly, I was gonna say maybe Kenny Pickett is better than current Hurts right now. Um,
Well, Kenny Pickett in Kellen Moore's scheme is better than Hurts in Petullo's scheme. How about that?
there you go. I like that. Um, all right, I won't have to be mean to your Commanders right now. I will say,
Come on now. Do you see how much different the offense looked with McLaurin out there?
oh yeah, he does make a big difference. Maybe he
Yeah.
shouldn't have. Oh, we'll get to them later. Um, they we're just getting past the Eagles as any way we can. I I don't have any faith in this Chargers team. I know they're going East Coast to West Coast, the Eagles are, but there's going to be a million Philly fans there. I don't have any faith in this Chargers team to beat the Eagles. Um, even with a healthy Justin Herbert, I I don't know. I think the
I
Eagles will be
disagree.
just fine. You're in on the Chargers here on this.
I don't think I'm in. I think I'm out on the Eagles. I know we just did the whole
What are
like
we
we're
doing here though? Like,
overreacting here.
yeah, what are we doing? They're just not going to
And
win a game
look,
again.
okay, I'm not saying that they're not going to win a game again, but like the Chargers are a good football team. It's not like they're trash. And I like the you're talking about like having PTSD from 2 years ago. I don't think it's just PTSD. I think it's like it's a very similar situation where
Yeah,
like they look offensively, they look very similar. Like the offense is just anemic. Nothing changes week to week. And like once the wall or like once the dam breaks, which it eventually did, like we were happy to just ride them every single week, and people hated watching this offense, and it didn't matter, and it was funny. And then like we talked about last week, as soon as they lose the game, it's like, oh, now all of a sudden it's not so funny, and now like all the Kevin Patullo stuff matters, and the AJ Brown complaining that matters. He had an awesome game, um, but like that stuff all of a sudden starts to matter now that you're losing football games, and like you've seen this totally go off the rails before with Sirianni, and I'm not going to blame him for it necessarily, but like I don't think that it's silly to feel like this is happening again because we just saw it happen.
I just think I am under the impression, and I'm under the impression that football is a crazy sport week to week, and momentum matters so much, and they have bad momentum, which I guess hurts my argument what I'm about to say. But were they not going at like we just talked about the Cowboys forever and how they're looking better, and like and they had the momentum, and you made the argument they only won 3 in a row, but like they're really saving their season. They come up against the Eagles. And then they're facing the Bears team, who has been on this crazy streak. They look great, and I don't know. I think part of it is just like it's a week to week game, and they have to figure out like they're and I could all be wrong. If they stink it up against this Chargers team, it's not even close, and they can't get anything done besides AJ Brown, then I'm gonna have a different conversation. But I don't know if Sirianni is gonna be your guy going forward. If he needs to literally slap him in the slaps players in the face. Like, what is going on here? There needs to be a fight in the locker room. There needs to be some freaking argument. Someone needs to show some goddamn passion. And maybe that's the issue, is that Jalen Hurts is just like, you gonna ever you care that you won the Super actually he didn't care that he won the Super Bowl. Like I don't does he care about anything? I know he cares about winning, but like if they're not winning, it seems like he's just like, all right, King nonchalant, as you said, it's not funny anymore, man. Your
Yeah.
fortune cookie shit isn't funny anymore. Like, go be mad a little bit. Go show some emotion here. And I don't know. It's a very frustrating team. I could imagine just what the city of Philadelphia itself is going through. And and like it does raise a lot of questions that I just thought the way that they eked out wins, the way that their defense was playing. And I guess when you let the Bears like run 250 yards on you, are you frozen, by the way, or are you just camera fall?
Oh, I'm responding to a text.
Oh, okay, that's okay. Um, the it just seems like the there was something definitely wrong with this team, but they have the blueprint there. It's right. They just won the Super Bowl. Like, what are you doing? They had to figure it out. And I guess
Could it be that simple that they just won the Super Bowl and it's a Super Bowl hangover?
it could be. I mean, and that's I was gonna say that. Like, I was gonna finish my thought there, and then I realized that 2023, they went to the Super Bowl in 2022. Like, and the offense, it's like it is
Yep.
very much similar. So maybe I just argue myself into it, but I don't want to give up on this Eagles team yet.
I'm
I
not
just
giving up. I'm just saying that I mean, like Mike said in the comments, that the writing is on the wall.
Yes, the writing is indeed on the wall, but I would be shocked if they don't end the season with 3 more wins. Like, come on now.
I mean, the schedule's part of that. Like they do have the Commanders twice and the Raiders. Um, they've gotten the Dallas games out of the way, so they have the Bills and the Chargers are their other two games.
Yeah.
So it'll be a relatively soft landing, which would make it tough for Dallas to win the division. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't. Again,
They're an
um,
enigma of a team.
they are an enigma. I just say one thing though, like,
It's a
and this will
podcast. You
fall
can
on
say a
deaf
lot of
ears, I'm
things.
sure. But can the Eagles fans just relax a little bit?
I
Like, you
think
just
that
won
might,
the
yeah.
Super Bowl.
Well, and you lost two
Just won the Super
games.
Bowl.
You lost one game by 3. You lost one game by 9. That's kind of where I'm
Well, no,
feeling here. It's like, I know their offense looked like shit, but you lost 2 games in a row. Like, come on. Come on. What are we doing here?
I'm more focused on the fact that they just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and they don't care about that either. But that's fine. Like, you currently want your team to be good, which I get. But like, the sky isn't falling
Right, but,
because you
like,
lost
it's
2
total.
games.
Yeah, right. Anyway,
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
yeah, well, that's it. That's all I had.
They should be grateful, damn it.
It's hard to win a Super Bowl, much less do it twice in 10 years.
Right?
Mike says he hopes Sirianni gets fired. Two Super Bowls
Oh man.
and won
Yeah,
one of them. Like, what do you want the guy to do?
that's what I don't understand. I don't understand that either. Like, what more does he need to like? I know because he can't go 11-6. Like, that's where we're firing the guy now? Like, and we talked about the Harbaugh thing earlier. Like, this isn't Harbaugh where it's been 12 years since he won the Super Bowl. It's been not even
Yeah.
12 months. It's not even
Well,
been 12
that's
months.
that's why I said, like, what I'm saying is falling on deaf ears if you just
Yes.
look at
Yeah, I'm
like
looking
the
at it now.
responses in the comments.
Yeah, I am looking at it.
Uh, some of us never get to experience that. So
Throwing away our window, give me a
anyway,
break. You guys drafted all these defenders like 2 years ago.
the window is through like 2030 probably.
You have at least 2 more years.
Like all these guys are under contract for years. Even Patriots fans weren't as insufferable as these Eagles fans. I don't think that's true for the sole reason that Patriots fans are trying to claim that they dealt with like years of being a dumpster fire of a team, and it was
It's
really like
hard.
3 years.
Um,
Anyway,
this is a 14-2 team, Mike. Hey,
we got
Mike, be quiet. You have a number 1 schedule. You've been playing primetime games every week. Like, every game's been a
that's the
big
thing.
game. Like,
If
there's
you stack up like if throw out where we are in the season, if you just look at like their wins, like they beat the Rams, they won in Kansas City, they beat they split with the
they've
Cowboys,
won in
like
Tampa.
won at Tampa. Yeah. So like I think you would
They beat the
probably
Packers
take
and the
that with the
Lions.
schedule Patriots
Yes, you
had if they beat
1000%
yeah.
take that. Yes, you 1000% take that. There's a world like what like what's the world with the Lions offense? Like if they like the Lions offense could have spanked you guys that game. They didn't, and like
Yeah.
so is that a bad win because you played great defense and scored 16 points? I mean, we just saw what the Packers just did to the Lions too, and it's like I don't know. They are very ungrateful. Their defense is freaking amazing. Their offense like I understand like they they have 4 losses, all right? Like, cry me a river, you have 4 losses.
So they won a Patriots dynasty. That's why they're upset.
They won a Patriots dynasty. You know how long the Patriots dynasty took? I mean, I guess the first 3 were pretty close together, but then it took I mean, I guess they had a 10-year break in between their wins. 10 years. I mean,
They
I
did
know
win
that
20 in 4 years though.
they win what?
They won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years though.
Yeah, I know. Twice.
No, they didn't because they
No,
never won
that
back
was
to
5
back
years.
again.
That was 5 years. That was 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I understand it's frustrating, Mike, but you don't have to cry me a river every freaking week. Like, just accept the loss, man. Like, sometimes, hey, whatever happened to like, or we didn't look good. Like, all right, we'll get there next week. Like that doesn't that happens to every other team, but it doesn't happen to the Eagles. They lose one
But
game, and
that's
all of
what
a
I'm
sudden,
saying. We're like they had that conversation after wins too, where it's like
whatever.
they haven't looked good since like probably week 4
Yeah, they have whatever. They have
since
conversations
the
like
Rams
that after
game.
wins. Like that's whatever. You have conversations after
I'm
that
just
after
saying
wins
that it's
too.
not.
Like I
Jalen
think that's
Hurts is
just
an
as lit.
XFL quarterback. um, that's not my take. I read a comment. Item top 5 or no, item 6. I
No, yeah,
think
I was gonna say. I think we both had a
that's
6.
right. Yeah.
Um,
I lost my train of thought. That really made me laugh.
oh, Mike's saying he didn't say that he wanted the
Eh,
Patriots dynasty.
No,
He just
Shane said that,
oh, okay.
which I feel like wasn't necessary.
Oh man.
uh,
Uh, this. I mean, yeah. Just. I mean, come on. They lost 2 games in a row. If you lose against the Chargers in an embarrassing fashion on Monday Night Football, we can have this conversation that the sky is falling. But I don't want to hear
yeah,
it. I don't want to hear it whatsoever. You'd kill for 4 losses right now. You'd murder for 4 losses
I would. Yeah, I would. Or for a Super Bowl last year.
or for a Super Bowl last year, which you lost to the freaking Eagles. Not the Super Bowl part,
Okay.
but the NFC Championship. I know. I'm just all right. That
Yeah,
was
my the best season of my life ended getting
yes.
waxed in a championship game at a division rival.
Yeah. So this team
I
that they
probably had
hate
more fun last season than half
than
these
they
Eagles
did.
fans.
I was gonna say than they did.
Honestly.
Oh man. The yeah, it is a strange season for the Birds, but just stop crying rivers, man. It's not. Nobody feels sympathy. Nobody cares.
That is
Um
correct. Yes.
all right, we just spent almost an hour. We spent an hour on the Thanksgiving games. This is crazy. We said we weren't going to do 2 hours this episode.
You want to talk
Um
about Sunday Night Football and then just put a bow on the week?
whoa, 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 whoa. There's games we can throw out. 49ers game, we can throw it out. Jaguars game, throw it out. One wise pick on the
Well,
Jaguars.
uh,
Oh no, I didn't. I did the
Niners,
Seahawks.
Browns, right? Yeah, Shador got hurt, then he came back. He sucked
Yes.
before and after the injury.
Yep.
Okay.
Titans, Jags. They played a football game and it went how you
The
expected.
Titans looked like the Titans. Yeah.
The Seahawks, Vikings. The Max Bronzmer experiment was very quickly ended with the funniest pick six you might have ever seen. The most Carson Wentz pick six that has happened in a while. Where he just threw it directly to the Seahawks and they ran it back. The Seahawks scored 30 points on defense for fantasy football. Not even like it would be one thing if it was
Darnold
for
had his
like
worst game of the year, and they won 26-0.
yeah.
Actually, maybe second worst game.
That was bad. And then what else can we throw out? Raiders, Chargers. Nobody cares about the Raiders anymore.
Pete Carroll's got to retire, right? Like
Yeah,
he
it's
can't be
sad.
worth it to try to rebuild this team.
It's sad. It's very sad. I don't know what he was thinking.
Harbaugh.
I
I
saw a
don't know what
great
he was
take.
thinking either.
I saw a great take. It was
I think Brady probably lured him back.
I was gonna say Brady like revenge for the even though he won in the Super Bowl, but he was like, yeah, let's just embarrass Pete Carroll one more time. And then I'm gonna
Put
make
him
his
together
quarterback Geno Smith.
Doug Peterson gets the job next year.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, so that game happened. Chargers spanked. What else we got?
Wait, why would he want him? He beat Pete Carroll in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but like I don't know, a little just one more FU.
I
Not like
guess
his
that made
revenge, but
sense
like a
until it didn't.
yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, I stopped myself. It wasn't a revenge, but like just like a little like I got you again. A little
Yeah.
gotcha moment. A little gotcha. Oh, that's only funny to people in the Dynasty League that we're in. All right, anyways. The Jets, the Saints,
Which is
Dolphins, that was
everybody
a game.
listening to our
That is it. Yes, that is everyone that's listening right now. The Saints, Dolphins, they played a football game. The Dolphins won. The Jets, Falcons,
got
they
close
played
at
a
the end
football
though.
game. It did get close. The Jets, Falcons was also close. Just because it's close doesn't
Also
mean we
close
have to
at the
talk
end.
about it. I don't think we'd have to talk. Like I think we can.
No,
we
it,
can
it
breeze
was
past.
funny at the end of Red Zone though when you had like the Falcons Jets game and then the Saints Dolphins. And it was like we're obligated to show you these games. Classic Brady trying to gotcha Pete.
Oh man. What else we got? Jets, Falcons, they indeed played a game as well. The Falcons are done officially out of the playoffs, which is funny because the Jets are not officially out of the playoffs with 9 losses. Tyrod Taylor and Donnie Mitchell, man. Donnie Mitchell game of his
Yeah.
career so far. So that's noteworthy. That's cool. That's all I got though. I mean, good for the Jets, I guess. Morale. Don't win too many games now. I mean, you want to get a top pick, right?
Simmer.
Yeah, Simmer.
They've done
Yeah,
this before
Simmer.
too. It's funny.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, I every time they
And like I
win
remember
the Trevor Lawrence game, they beat the
the
Rams.
yes.
It lost Trevor Lawrence, a generational quarterback.
Yep. What was
And
the Greg Zerline kick against the Commanders like 2 years ago when Jacoby Brissett brought them all the way back to like beat the Jets on the road, and then they got the ball back and Zerline hit like a 58-yarder, which is the reason they have Jade Daniels right now.
yes.
If they win that game, then they are not picking second. It's like the same thing just keeps happening. Like Nick Folk just drilled a 56-yard field goal to win you a meaningless game. And I know it's fun. Like if I was a Jets fan, I'd be rooting for them to win. But like when you look back on it, it's kind of sick
It
when you
is.
see that kick going. You're like, why?
It is. And it is funny. And to your point, which I think is an important point, I mean, like, you want to win football games. The poor Eagles, I mean, they have
Yeah,
4
right.
losses. So you want to see your team win
Also, it's
football
like
games.
it's a culture thing, right? Like you
Yes.
want to see that Aaron Glenn, that like these guys are playing for him and all that. But at the same time, like Tyrod Taylor is starting football games, and like you just traded away your best players, and your kicker is 56 years old. Like,
Yeah, but I guess like as long as you said, it doesn't like who knows, especially with these quarterbacks in this draft, with the bad teams that already have Most of them have quarterbacks. It's like, who knows? Like, there's not a Trevor Lawrence here that you're missing out on. There's not a Caleb Williams, Jaden
Yeah.
Daniels that you're missing out on. So we'll see how much it affects in the later round. But I think week to week you worry about. I mean, I think you maybe don't root for them to win, but like I don't think you're upset. Like I think it's wrong for you to be upset that they win.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. You root during the game and then you
Yes.
happily accept the circumstances of a loss.
Yes. Agreed. Man, we love talking about them Jets. We can't get
It's a
enough of them.
disease.
It is. Um, the Bills Steelers another one we could do quickly. The Steelers I think they're cooked. I think they're done.
It's imploding. I think maybe they needed Rodgers to come in to like finally
Put the nail in
mark
the
the end
coffin.
of the Tomlin era.
Yeah.
Because I did see one thing about like how Tomlin is just like every year brings in these guys that are like toxic and somehow manages these personalities to the playoffs every single year, and then like Aaron Rodgers still was able to come in and nuke the whole operation in his first season. Not that it's his fault. Like this has been, I mean, maybe it is this year, but the whole thing has been trending towards eventually they were going to have a year where enough was enough. Um, and I still think Tomlin's a great coach, but eventually I think you just have to go in different directions. Funny thing is, they're still 6-6.
That's what I was gonna say. And I mean,
Like
these
they're
Ravens,
tied for the first in
yeah,
the division.
these Ravens games mean everything to both teams, everything.
Yes. Yeah.
And the Dolphins game, like, can't believe that's Monday night. Should be able to flex Monday night. That's a terrible Monday night game. That's a great 1 p.m. game to be like, all right, how bad are the Steel like a gauge the Steelers type of game,
Yep.
but not on prime time. Nobody wants to see that shit on prime time. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're like even if they end 7-9 or 9-8, and they sneak into the playoffs, they're not very interesting to me. The only interesting part is can they make it to
No,
9-8?
they never are.
No, no, and
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
we've
I
done
think
this
the
song and
stock
dance.
market might collapse if they don't make it to 9-8.
I don't know if that's the Steelers' fault, but it might happen.
This is like the uncertainty that they warn you about.
Yes.
Like, what happens if the Steelers finally do go 8-9?
Yeah. It would be
Nobody
it would
knows.
be it would be very sad. Like Mike Tomlin, like as you said, like carries all these terrible quarterbacks and these toxic personalities to the playoffs, and then the one year that they don't go 9-8, they can them or trade them or something.
I think he's got to be ready, right?
I think he would. Yeah, I was gonna say. I would. I don't know who does he make shots on
Probably
who
wants the
they're.
freaking quarterback.
I was gonna say, does he make shots on who's on the roster? He's got to have some
I
sort of
don't
say.
think he has full
But
personnel
there's no way.
decisions, but
Yeah, like
yeah, I'm sure he has to say.
I don't know. How do they not take Jackson Dart? Now that's a Steelers team I'd like to watch.
You hated Dart.
I did. I did hate
For
Dart,
what it's
but
worth.
he's better than Aaron Rodgers. I did. I will say. I'm not going back on that. I did not like Dart. He has surprised me though. I think he's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you see the tweet that said Mike Tomlin will say something like, "We're trying to eat
yes.
soup with a fork," and then they signed a 2018 Pro Bowler,
Yep.
and then they went and signed Adam Thielen.
It was very funny. It was the same. It was like the same day basically that they signed Adam Thielen, and
Yeah,
that was a great tweet. Um, completely nailed it.
I
Like
didn't make sure that that
that's
wasn't fake news because that
no,
has
yeah,
happened
that's real.
before. But yes, they did claim
Yep.
Adam Thielen.
Yeah, so let's get some
Ugh.
wide receiver help. Which George Pickens, by the way, outgained yards. What is that? Has more yardage than all of the Steelers wide receivers combined. So that's pretty depressing.
That's not
And
a good stat.
no, and it's not like I don't think George Pickens would have the same production if he was on the Steelers right now, but the
Yeah,
it's still just kind of embarrassing.
product of this environment.
No, no, no. And Rodgers, I don't know. I don't know why they gave so much money to DK Metcalf. I feel like that they could have had. They could have gotten a bunch of different wide receivers that at least would have been better
Yeah,
fits with
I mean
Rodgers.
Pickens looks better than him right now.
Yeah,
But like even last year, Pickens was at least 90% the player that Metcalf was, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I agree. I guess that he just need to get out of there.
I guess.
I don't know what they do for the future. Like if because they have blue chippers, or at least blue chippers that you think of DK Metcalf as a blue chipper. You think of uh on the defense. I'm totally blanking on his name. JJ Watt or TJ Watt. You think of him as a
TJ
blue
Watt.
chipper. So and they've been terrible. They've been ass. I mean, they put no pressure on Josh Allen, and they put no pressure on their run game whatsoever.
Yeah, it's. I feel like the Bills have been waiting for one of these games where they can just dominate in the run game.
Agreed.
A nice like little healing week for them.
Yep. All right. Let's go Texans Colts, which I think the Colts are another skies falling. Hey, let's pump the brakes team. They
You
lost to a
think?
they lost to a desperate Chiefs team. They lost to a Steelers team when they had
Yep.
5 turnovers. They lost to a Texans team who has an amazing defense and it's a divisional game. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. I
That's fair.
the only thing that would concern me is Daniel Jones. If how injured is he? How
Yeah.
do his legs work? Like that's the concerns. And I think that is a very valid concern, but I don't think it's like, man, this Chiefs team was all frauds all year. Like this or not Chiefs team, Colts team. This Colts team was all frauds all year. Like this is a fraudulent 8-4 team. I think it's still a very good team, and I think they'll right the ship a little bit. The other issue is their schedule does not lighten up at all. And the Jaguars are in front of the division. The Texans are nipping at their heels. So and then they face the Jaguars, aforementioned, Seahawks, Niners, Jaguars again, Texans aforementioned. Like that's not good. It's not good. That doesn't mean I don't think they're a bad team, but it's not. There's a lot of things that aren't good signs.
It does feel like there's an outside chance that they can miss the playoffs,
They
which
man,
is kind of scary.
right?
Them and the Bears, except more so the Colts.
Yeah, definitely most are the Colts because
Let me pull up the playoff picture
their
because
non-division games are uh, much much harder than divisional games.
yeah, I mean if they lose this week, who do they play?
This week they play the Jacksonville Jaguars.
If they lose the Jaguars and the Chiefs beat the Texans. Well, actually, I guess you'd rather have either way. Whoever wins that game, if the Texans win, they jump you. If the Chiefs win, they're now one back of you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would be nervous. I'd definitely be nervous. And I don't think the Jags are for real. Apparently, they have an 83% chance to make the playoffs right now.
Jaguars do.
Yeah.
Well,
Colts are at
they
71.
have the tiebreaker over the Chiefs. The Chiefs, I think the Colts.
Yep.
No, the Colts have the. Oh, they don't have the tiebreaker. Yeah, these Jaguars games are very very important because they don't have the tiebreaker over the
Yes.
Chiefs either.
There. Yeah.
The Jaguars, since they have a wide receiver that can actually catch, have been much more improved than beforehand. Like the Texans game, that was crazy. That should have never happened. Uh, the Raiders game that it went to OT was crazy. But now that they have Jacoby Myers and he can actually move the football for Trevor Lawrence, I do feel like this is a offense that is becoming more complete and is becoming more like they're able to run the ball now. They're able to get some more completions over the middle. It's I think it's a much better offense than it was earlier. I still think the defense is pretty iffy without all the turnovers that they've had at the beginning of the season. I think
Mhm.
the Colts are going to be able to run on them. Yeah, I guess the panic button doesn't come out until halfway through the Seahawks game and to see
Yeah.
what the score is.
It's kind of similar to the Eagles, where like, what Colts team do we actually have here? I think the Daniel Jones thing is definitely a concern.
Yes,
Like,
and
the concern is no longer like, is he just going to turn into a pumpkin? It's like, is he healthy?
Yeah.
Like if he's playing on a freaking broken leg the rest of the year, they're probably in trouble.
Yes, I agree. And they also, I mean, Sauce Gardner, they just traded 2 first-round picks for him, and
Yep.
now
Yeah,
he
that too
might be
doesn't
he they
help.
said they said they're not gonna put him on IR, but it's not looking great. So, that's a big, big concern. Um,
Yeah.
we already talked about the Texans, I think, good enough. So, let's shout out the Panthers. This is one when people say there's no good teams in the NFL because of this loss, this is where I'm like, "Give me a break." The Rams are still the best team in the NFL. Like, this I
I like. Do you want a team to go 17-0 for them to be a good
that's what I'm
team?
saying. Like, do they have to win every week by 15
Yeah.
points? Like, they the Panthers, they're the strangest team though in the NFL. They have the pick six early in the game after getting driven down right down the field. They get another interception on Matthew Stafford. They get a strip sack on Matthew Stafford, and Bryce Young throws for 3 touchdowns, no government regulated sack or interception, and the they're able to run the football all over them with both running backs this time, and their offense just like they did seem to pick on well, your former boy oh,
Forbes.
Forbes. Yeah, they picked on Forbes. And
Yeah.
that's what the next time that the Rams and the Eagles play in the playoffs, that is what the Eagles will do. And because Forbes he's like what, 6 foot, 130 pounds? Like, come on. You know,
He's small. Yeah.
all these Panthers wide receivers are 6'2" and above. So you just be able to bully them, and no matter what the matchup was, they're able to find the guy on him. That's what your Commanders did to the Broncos on Sunday Night Football with Riley Moss. And look, as you said, teams don't have to go 17-0 for them to be good. This Rams team is still a very good team, and I'm not worried. I'm not worried about them
Yeah.
whatsoever.
No, I wouldn't be worried at all.
And that's kind of why
Like
we're going
this.
quickly on this game. Like, this was like the biggest game, but
Yeah.
I don't need to worry about them. And I
Well,
don't
as
know what to
Ethan
do
said
with
in
the
the comments,
Panthers.
it says more about the Panthers than it does about the Rams, which I think is a good point. But at the
It's a
same
great take.
time, like the Panthers can only win at home, but they beat the Packers on the road also. I don't know. It kind of feels like going to Carolina is like going to Northwestern in the middle of November. And it's just like weird stuff happens.
I love that.
If you're
Absolutely
a
love
Big
that.
Ten, you're a Big Ten guy, you
Well,
get that.
they were at Packers, right? They were at Lambeau.
Yes, they were. That's the outlier.
That's true. Um, I do think it says more about the Carolina Panthers. They uh
Yeah,
they could fight for the division. They have the Buccaneers twice.
that's exciting.
But
They do have a brutal schedule, right?
wait, no, no. I mean, they have the Seahawks and the Bucks twice, and then the Saints because they have a bye week this week. So they have one cupcake,
Okay.
and the other three are pretty hard. The
Yeah.
pattern though of win loss. That means they would lose to the Saints again somehow, but beat the Bucks twice and lose to the Seahawks. I think they take that. They go 9-8,
Oh yeah.
and then
You take 9-8, definitely.
what are the Bucks at right now? Oh, they're not losing though again. If they lost to the Panthers twice, it would be oh no, they'd have it by a game because they have an extra game because of the bye week. So I don't know. I guess you don't take that. But because you want to make the playoffs, but you're also the Carolina Panthers who have been dog shit forever. So I guess you take 9 wins.
Yeah, I think you absolutely take it.
All right, let's go to Sunday Night Football. Take the reins,
Yes.
Christopher.
I mean, it honestly was kind of like the perfect game where, you know, it obviously you lose, but you're pretty much eliminated from the playoffs regardless. So might as well help the draft position. I didn't feel that in the moment. I was pissed when they lost, but it took about 5 minutes before I was able to have some perspective. But I honestly, the biggest takeaway was how the offense looks with McLaurin back.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's night and day, and you forget that they were trotting out Debo as wide receiver one and practice squad guys as wide receivers 2 and 3 for the last 6, 8 weeks. Like it's been a while. So that was nice. I also thought Kingsbury called an excellent game. Like they kept showing the Broncos pressure rate was like the lowest it had been all season. And that's because they were getting the ball out of Marcus's hands immediately. And they committed to the run. They weren't dominant on the ground, but they were effective. And that's really all we've been asking for is commit to it. Um, and against a really good defense with that pass rush, like you have to be able to run the ball against them because
Mhm.
if they make you one dimensional, then you're screwed. So anyway, I thought the offensive game plan was excellent, and that's what kept them in the game. Um, I think with Jaden, they absolutely win that game for what it's worth. There were a couple of deep balls at the end there that Mariota missed, and I don't think Jaden would have missed. Um, but yeah, it was encouraging to like look like a real football team again.
Yeah.
Like they lost 4 games in a row, getting beat by 20 points, and then you lose to the Dolphins, and that's a tough spot to be in. So to take the Broncos to overtime was nice. I had fun watching the game. The Broncos are kind of just like who they are.
Mhm.
Like they're gonna play the same game every week, no matter who they play. It feels like. Um, I don't know if they're good. Like that is one team where like I actually don't know. They've won 9 games in a row. Their defense, it does feel like is good enough to take them maybe to the Super Bowl, but I wouldn't trust it at all.
The Bo Nix is baffling. I mean, he
It's
he has play he has plays where he looks phenomenal. That play where he was getting basically sacked and his knee was
Yep.
like right above the ground. That was a Mahomesian throw, if you will. And then he has the play where he like jumps up, right? And he's getting tackled by the two commanders and he makes that throw. And then there's some easy throws where it's like throughout the season, I can't think of any specifically in the last game where it's like he couldn't make that happen. Um it was they're a very strange team. I don't understand them. Their win margin is terrible. Their their defense is very good, and I think that like part of why their win margin is so terrible is because their defense has been carrying them a lot throughout the season.
Mhm.
And yeah, this is I like we're both 10-2, Pats, Denver. It's one of those teams where I don't know if I want to see them in the playoffs or not. I wouldn't be afraid of Bo Nix. I wouldn't be afraid of their wide
Yep.
receivers really. But I would like to not play their defense. I would not. That would be worried. I would be worried about their defense. Um, so I don't really know, but it seems like you guys figured out the formula where you just hunt Riley Moss and you actually have a real number one wide receiver, Terry McLaurin. And the I can't believe Terry he ruined this year. Ruined it. I blame him for your struggles. It's not even the old defense. Uh, I blame Terry McLaurin.
It didn't help. I mean, it's not
He was
all his fault.
selfish.
It definitely didn't help.
He was
I'm
selfish.
not gonna say anything bad about him. He's my guy.
That's fine.
Um,
I'll say
I
it for
wish I
you.
wish he played during camp. There are people that say that
Yes, he should. I mean, come
on
on.
Twitter and on the radio.
Gets hurt instantly. Then he
Yeah.
doesn't play. Like they don't even put him on IR because it seems like he's gonna play every week and then he never plays.
Yeah, that was annoying. I mean, it wouldn't have helped them. Like they would have been able to sign Jacoby Jones for more weeks. But yeah, the whole thing was annoying. But yeah, like they had the worst defense in the NFL for like 6 straight weeks, which is not his fault,
That is true. But
and
look, yeah,
countless other injuries. So everything has gone wrong. But I think they're getting some pep back in their step. I think they'll beat the Vikings.
I think so too. I think they're favored. They're favored at Minnesota, right?
Are they?
Yeah, I believe so. Is Jaden playing?
Nice.
Do you have any word?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It seems very up in the air.
yeah. I see. I heard that if he's healthy and he gets to go from the doctors, he wants to. So
Of
that's what they
course he
always
wants
say.
to.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
not
say.
going to keep him out.
Yeah, that would be bad morale. I mean, it's the right thing to do to keep him
Yeah.
out, but it'd be bad morale. You got to end off a high note. You can't just
Like
end
it's the safe
sad. And,
thing to do. I don't think it's the right thing to do though.
well, depends on how
If that
bad you
makes
want to
sense.
tank.
Well, but like they're like it's a coach's decision. The coach is not choosing to tank,
No, never, never.
and you don't want your coach choosing to tank
Yeah,
unless
I'd
you're going
rather
to fire
not.
the coach.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys didn't poop down your legs on Sunday Night Football. I was, I was scared of it. I was nervous.
Thanks. Me
Um,
too. Although I did have to stay up for the whole game, which I was very tired on
and
Monday.
overtime.
Yeah, yeah,
Must have been
ended it past midnight.
must have been a sleepy man. It was
Was
cool. You guys and the uniforms, they look fantastic. That should be your permanent away uniform.
yes,
You called it when they made it that would be their permanent away uniforms, and that's what they
yeah.
should do.
I think they just couldn't roll them all out in 1 year, but yeah, that's where they're going with it.
The Sunday or the Monday Night Football game, we can do pretty quickly. Whoop some ass. There was, I mean,
Open up a can on them.
yeah, we really did. It was from the jump. Jackson Dart runs to the sidelines, doesn't get out of bounds, gets popped. It's a fight. Then then they punt, and then there's a punt return touchdown, and kind of instantly it was like, all right, this is done. Like that, the punt return. Like once you get a punt return touchdown on you, especially that early against a favored team that was like they were favored by what 6.5, almost 7,
Yeah,
and it's like, all right, we can close this one. Like that's pretty much it. Of course, I was nervous
yep.
at times because they drove a little bit, but there were 17 points in the first quarter. They finally scored. The Giants finally scored a touchdown in the second, and it was I think they scored when we were up 30-0. So I wasn't too nervous after after that. And yeah, I mean you can talk about the schedule all you want. The schedule doesn't throw footballs. He doesn't place it perfectly deep balls. He doesn't step up in the pocket and move past a lot of defenders. I mean, the schedule he doesn't even take sacks. So, or I guess yeah, that I did that wrong. But you know what I'm saying. This Drake May
Yes.
is good. It doesn't matter who they're facing. He's a good football player. And I know their schedule is really really bad. Like their schedule sucks. Um, but you got to play who's in front of you. They beat the Buccaneers.
Yep.
They beat the frisky Falcons when they were still alive. They beat the Bills. Um, they
It
whooped.
is tough. It like the one of the wins that you thought you could bank on as being a good win is
Yeah, it's no longer
like
good.
they're lumped in with the rest of them now.
Yeah. And the Panthers. Hey, the Panthers just beat the Rams, so we beat them by 30 points.
Yep. There you go.
The You got to play who's in front of you, and we're having the Bills and then the Ravens after the bye week, so that should hopefully shut up the conversations if they win.
The Ravens suck now too, so that basically doesn't. You guys are the Bears. You're the Bears.
Yeah, we're the AFC Bears. I said it earlier, and that's all right with me. I look, none of the complaining on the internet is going to change the schedule. So I just want to get
It's
wins.
true.
Like I have no shame in it. Why should I have shame in who we're playing? And I have no idea what this team's going to look like against a juggernaut of a team. I don't think there's a juggernaut of a team to even put them up against right now. So I guess the Rams, we'll see them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but who you already beat by the transitive property.
Yes, yes. So I don't know. I think everyone should be very afraid, very sad that they had the opportunity to bury this Patriots organization. And I mentioned I was going to bring up Gerard Mayo. I think the reason why I think I'm out on Harbaugh and uh, Tomlin and these crappy coaches, the Rams coach, is like I just saw my team. They had one bad season with the coach, and they were like, "Get this guy out of here. Let's get in a real coach." And they had the quarterback. I think both those. I think actually the Steelers do not have the quarterback, which is I think the Tomlin argument for wanting him to stay.
Yes.
But Harbaugh's had the quarterback for a long time now, and I think if you don't have I think you have 2 years and you have the guy that you want at quarterback and you can't win football games, you fire your coach. I think that's the way to do it. I like what
Win how many football games? I can't wait until you guys have a down year in a
well,
year or two.
look, yeah, look, I'm not saying like if he goes, it's all situational, of course. Quarterback
Right.
gets injured, that's some leeway. If I don't know, if you win 7 games, I think that's probably fine. But like and it has to be depending on the loss. Like it has to be the quotes after the game, it has to be depending on the loss for what like if the Patriots they last year they were terrible. They had a lot of games they could have won and they didn't because their coaching was terrible. And then after the game, the quotes were terrible. And I see that with the Falcons. I see that with the Ravens this year. And maybe I see it with the Eagles too, but they just won the Super Bowl, so you have to give them 5 years now. So like that's I don't know. I don't think I don't think this relates to Dan Quinn. Like
Oh, I
Jane Daniels been out for half
would
the year.
say it did.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, like I don't know, you're getting a little
Mm.
defensive here with my Pats. Like 2 years, two
I'm
years
just
bad coaching, get him out of here. I don't want him.
I'm
I
just
don't
saying
want
that
him.
you don't have a representative view of an NFL team. Like
Not my
you had
fault.
Belichick your whole life, and then you had Mayo for 1 year, and now because you had one bad year and fired
Well,
him, you've now decided that
well, what we had?
we just
No, we
fire
had
the coach right away.
Yes, you had 1 good year with Belichick after Brady, which was the Mac Jones and the Cam Newton year was decent. You had the Mac Jones year, they made the playoffs. Then 2 years later, they sucked and they fired him. And then Mayo comes in and they're abysmal. Get him out of here. Like college football's a little different with recruiting, but like Shane Beamer, can him. Get him out of here. Like college
Oh
should be like
gosh.
5 years and this is Beamer has 5. Like then get
Yeah.
him out of here.
Yeah.
Loxley,
4. I think
gone.
4 is funny. Oh, that's a whole other that's a whole other
Man.
conversation.
Yeah. Like,
I agree.
what are these teams doing fucking
But
around
the
with these bad
yeah,
coaches?
those
There's my
guys have been
F-bomb for the
around for
episode, but,
5,
like,
6
what are these doing?
years.
Well, that's college, yeah, it's a little bit
You're saying
different.
we just have to yeah, okay.
NFL, if you have the quarterback, that's the key. If you have the quarterback, you got 2 years.
That's the key, yes.
You have
Okay,
2 years.
that's fair. Zach
Yeah.
Taylor?
Nah, get him out of here. Actually, I can't tell if he's had the quarterback or not. Like, that's the other issue.
They missed
I
the playoffs last year, and he was fully healthy.
That's true. Yeah, get him out of here. Gone. After if they yeah, get him out of here. Browns, I mean, they don't have a quarterback.
Well, yeah,
Jags have been doing this.
I mean,
Jags have
Jags
had
have
the
done it, like,
quarterback.
3 times.
Yeah, that's
Right, yeah, where's that gotten them?
8-4.
I guess.
Texans clock's ticking for the Texans. I guess they already have 7 wins. That should be fine. Um,
Yeah, and
you don't like
the
that? You don't like that
best
take?
defense in football.
Get him out of here.
It's I think I don't think you can just, like, apply it as a blanket rule to every franchise. I think that's where my issue is. It's very situational, which you started to say earlier, and
Yes,
then
it is situational, but
got
I would like to
excited.
know where. I am excited. I would like to know when it's worked. When has it worked where the guy and the quarterback have just been lingering around for 5 years, and then all of a sudden they win a Super Bowl or win 10 games and make it to the playoffs? Like, when has this ever worked out?
The Colts
The Colts. With
with
who?
Manning.
Okay. All right. All right. Maybe. I didn't even know who their coach was. Tony Dungy? Is that their coach?
Yeah.
Was he there
Let's see.
since the rookie year? I mean, with that abysmal rookie year. I didn't even
He
know
was
when Peyton
there
Manning won
since
his sixth
2002.
year. Come on, I
I don't
wasn't
know
even
what his
born
rookie
yet.
year,
What are we
but they
talking
didn't
about?
win until 2006.
I was 4 years old, Chris. How am I supposed to bring this? Like, I don't know. That's 4 years. All right, fine. You gotta go.
Okay.
So that was
Let's
19
see.
years
The
ago.
Saints. When did Breeze sign with the Saints?
Yeah, I guess Sean Payton is a little different. I don't know how long they took. Wasn't he 2006 draft? That's 3 years. They weren't dog
Oh,
shit.
Sean
I'm talking
Payton.
like abysmal. Like these guys, like abysmal teams. Get him out of here. Falcons. Can him.
Well, what abysmal team with a quarterback? Like, what team is abysmal that has a quarterback?
Falcons.
Penix, like you're tying a head coach to Penix.
I don't know.
You're saying that if Raheem Morris
They've
can't win, and like I'm not defending Raheem Morris, but like
I don't know. Depends how they
anybody,
go.
if they can't win with Michael Penix, you're saying they should be fired?
Well, if you believe Michael Penix is your guy, you have to believe that the quarterback is your guy. That is the whole principle of this thing. You got to believe that he's your
What
guy.
about Hurts?
Well, that's a question for Philadelphia fans. I don't think they could answer. I don't think they could answer it. I don't know if they would want him for the next 5 years or not. I really couldn't tell you. He just won the Super Bowl MVP. I would say he's
What
my
about
guy.
how about bad example?
I do.
Trying to
I
think.
I I will say like my theory's not perfect, but it's almost there. Two and a half,
What about Todd Bowles?
2.5 years. What
You
about
have
Todd Bowles?
Baker.
They haven't been abysmal.
They haven't been abysmal, but like they haven't won more than a single playoff game.
Yeah, but like yeah, I think if you win a playoff game, you earn yourself a couple more years.
Okay.
Like I'm
I'll
talking
keep thinking of
like
ways
Gerard
to
Mayo was abysmal. His quotes, his game plan, the team didn't look ready, like that. And so I guess it's a very particular scenario, and it's not blanket. But I
yeah.
think the guiding principle of what I'm trying to say is that a lot of teams hold on to their mediocre coaches to bad coaches for way too long. Look at the Bears now; they have a good coach, and all of a sudden their quarterback looks good.
I guess. I'll think about it. I'll get back to you.
I mean, I guess part of my
Bears are also not a good example because they wait too long all the time,
who
and then just got lucky. Ben Johnson didn't take a
no,
job last year.
it's fair. That's true. But it also, I guess, it comes to the principle of now we talked about it with when Cam Ward got his coach fired, that every first round pick has had their coach fired within the same year as quarterback for the next for the last 5 years. Isn't that a supplement of what I just said?
It's the timing of it. Fire your coach before you draft a guy. You think you
Well,
might fire him? Just get rid of him.
that's fair. I think that's fair too. You get a
Yeah.
coach who wants to coach the quarterback that you're going to take number one. I get that as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I am
Hey,
I am I am a spoiled little NFL fan, and there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about
fair.
it. And I mean, I don't think we're gonna win the Super Bowl this year. I'm just excited that we have 11 wins. Um,
Yeah, it's been so long.
has been a long time since we won 11 games. We might even win a division. You know how long it's been since that? Oh, it's been almost 7 years.
You were in high school.
I was in high school. Um, but alas, here we are. All right. I said it at the beginning, so I guess we'll mention it since it's almost 2 hours and I need to eat some food. Giannis. Okay. Oh, Ethan. Sorry, I just read this. Ethan's getting tested by a real team. 12-21. We'll both be there. We'll be sitting next to each other during that game, so that'll be interesting. Um,
Oof,
yeah,
that'll be exciting.
that'll be fun. I'm sure a lot of names will be called at
Yeah,
each
I was gonna say, based
other.
on behavior or text, I can only imagine it in person.
All right. Um, Giannis wants to trade from the Bucks. The Wizards, they spanked the Bucks so badly that the Giannis wants a trade. Which I'm also just an update to everyone. I've missed 2 games this season for the Washington Wizards. They are 2-0 in the games I've missed. So that's exciting. That's fun. Um,
Have you seen a win?
I have not seen a win. No, it's the only
I
two
guess.
home
Yeah.
win game. Yeah,
Well,
yeah. It's the only 2 home win games that they have.
that's funny.
Yeah, so I'm starting to think I got some bad luck. The only thing I gotta say about the Giannis thing, and I guess it's a little different because he won you guys a championship. He's been this loyal guy for so long. I'm getting sick and tired of these NBA because it came out afterwards. It's like Giannis said that all he wants to do is go to the Knicks this offseason. And I'm getting sick and tired of these guys who think they can just request a trade and then pick the team. Like this isn't free agency, pal. You gotta like what happened to the we'll send you the Brooklyn Nets for all of their picks and a salary dump. Like what happened to or their young players? Like what happened to send them to the Wizards for everybody and all their picks? Like that's and I guess nobody wants to see Giannis in that scenario. You want to see him compete. I mean, I want to see him on the Wizards. That'd be sweet. I think they actually wouldn't be too bad. I mean, Giannis raised the floor of it should be every team. Um, but what happened to the days where somebody requests a trade and you just ship him to Siberia and call it a day?
That would be funny. That's best
Is
case
it
scenario,
social
I
media?
think.
Is it social media that
Maybe.
has ruined this? Where it's like everyone's got to be nice now. Like James Harden requests a trade. He
Well,
only wants to go to Philly, and it's like, all right, we'll send him to Philly. It's like, what the hell are we doing here?
well, the Spurs did it to Kawhi, and then he won the finals.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe
That's what I'm
that's what
saying. Like they just shipped him off. They literally shipped him off to Siberia. Like, have fun in Canada, pal. And and he won a championship. And then I get it. Like he left immediately, so not a lot of teams want to do it. But if these guys have long-term contracts already, and I guess it technically it happened to Dame. So maybe I'm talking myself out of this theory, but it technically happened to Dame. He did not want to go to Milwaukee, and
Yeah,
he ended up in Milwaukee. But I just feel like there's always catering to these superstars that they need to go to a
yeah,
contender. It's like, why don't they just like have to be forced to make a new contender? Like I know they want to leave because they're losing and like that's the whole point, but just because
yeah.
like I want to win, can somebody give me like I want $1 million. Like can you have people give me $1 million? Like what's going on? Like I don't understand this. What happened to
I
competition?
agree.
Um
Send him to
and then
Charlotte.
yeah,
You can win there.
ship his ass to Charlotte. Like yeah, go let's do that. The Grizzlies, get Ja Morant back.
Yeah,
Um the then the other thing that we need to mention, there are 136 FBS teams, and Penn State is ranked 136th in the country for National Signing Day recruiting class. They don't
they
have a
have like two
coach.
guys.
They don't have a coach. They're losing all their recruits. I do they have two guys? I would be shocked. I would be surprised if they
They
had.
did earlier today.
Okay.
I don't know if they still do.
Um, I wouldn't be surprised if they had zero guys. Because like, how do you sign up for a team? I don't care what money they give you. I don't care what the pedigree is. You don't know who the coach is. Like,
Doesn't
how do
have
you
a
sign up for a
coach.
team? Yeah. The college football schedule is bad. It's very bad. We saw the Lane Kiffin shit happen this weekend, where that should not have happened
Oh,
this
yeah,
weekend.
that's a whole other episode.
Yeah, that's a whole. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a summer pod, honestly. Maybe after the playoffs pod, like that, we could go back to Lane
Maybe.
Kiffin, and we might get a lot of views because people
Yep.
would listen to it.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a Lane Kiffin file. Have you seen that? Release the Kiffin files of all of his
Yes.
all of his encounters with young
Forming DMs.
old yeah all of his young Old Miss students. Um, the
Crazy.
but like the calendar for college football needs to be fixed, and we're not a college football show.
Yeah.
There are plenty of college football shows that have probably been bitching about this all week, but we're putting our foot. And I guess we're not a college football show, but our main's the NFL. So,
Yeah.
but we're putting our foot down. The wise guys, we don't approve of this schedule here for the college football.
For basketball too.
Yeah, basketball's weird, but it would be like if the transfer portal was right before the March Madness tournament.
Yeah.
So like that's the weird part. Like the playoffs have not happened yet. So I don't know.
Transfer portals during March Madness though. It opens
Oh, really?
during March Madness. Yeah.
What, towards the end?
That's Maryland got screwed that way. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yep.
Well, that schedule's messed up
Yeah.
too.
By the time
I
Buzz
agree.
was signed, they were a week behind in the portal.
Mm,
It's so ridiculous. But
it is
anyway.
ridiculous. What do you want to take a minute on since you mentioned Buzz? What's up with Buzz?
Oh yeah, we're bad again, but we have a good recruiting class, so it's okay. I'll be in the building next Saturday.
Nice. Who are they facing?
Michigan.
Oh boy.
It's like, yeah.
The Gamecocks lost a heartbreaker to Virginia Tech. Like absolute heartbreaker.
Man.
Overtime loss at home. 2 points, 3 points. Um, I was not happy last night. I was very upset. I need to see some centers in this recruiting class. It's been like 3 years we haven't had a center, and I need to see some centers because I feel like I mean I say this every year. I feel like they have the identity. I feel like they have the movement. They have some talent, and there's always just someone who's bigger than them, or there's someone that's just they make a mistake, which is it's basketball, but yeah, I don't know. Unless they rattle off like 10 SEC wins, I think the season's over already. It's December 3rd.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, let's wrap it up. Oh, all right. Yeah, let's wrap it up. We can talk about Maryland and
Got
Carolina recruiting classes later.
it.
Thank you all for listening to our packed Thanksgiving pod. We'll see everyone